What is Saturday, November 13th? Ryan and I are still riding high after taking down Chubbs on the 10th. Lots of happy thoughts and feelings since that day. So awesome to be successful after, grinding it out for basically 29 days. That hunt is going to be on the main show on November 22nd. We want to do a good job building that one. There's so much history and so much of that story, so that'll give the guys a little bit more time to put that together. Today we are down on the River Bottom Farm. We're in the pinch. Really awesome conditions after this front came through yesterday. We got 10 to 12 mile an hour west-northwest winds, and it's cold. It's about 30 degrees with the wind. It's somewhere low 20s. We had 2 bucks cruise under us, a 1.5 and a 3.5 right after we were set up, and then we had another 2.5 come by, a doe and a fawn kind of run in, so the deer are on their feet. I'm looking forward to seeing how good the morning's going to be. The rut has been a little slow, just in general, like just overall movement. So it'll be interesting to see how this next week is. We certainly got the good temps and the nice conditions, and hoping for a rockin' next week. Primary target for me is Dak. He was here just on the home camera and kind of running through this area back. It's been about 10 days ago. Jared pulled cards on November 8th, and he was nocturnal a couple times, but the later we get into the rut, particularly in another week or so, this farm sets up good for random cruisers, and you never know. We're just gonna sit back, get quiet, enjoy the morning.
These glands are pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
He's right on that doe's trail.
Right down the pipe. They're sparring a little bit. It's about 10:30. We're gonna start packing up. Really good morning, really enjoyable morning. Nice, good activity for the first few hours. Just kind of regular deer movement. Oldest buck we saw was 3.5. We actually saw him twice, once when we first got in and then once later in the morning. Just all young bucks, you know, so we're gonna make a switch, either gonna move onto my side of the river bottom or across the river, but just gonna keep hopping around out here and learning how the deer use the area and see if we can't run into one of these older bucks. It's about 3 o'clock and Ryan and I have made the move to the far southern end of the river bottom farm. We've hunted here once so far this year. This is this turnip plot it's kind of on an inside corner. The river is a couple hundred yards in the woods there. Got this long strip of cottonwoods and sycamore trees. This time of year, a lot of deer bed in that. It's just real thick, holds the grass up. You can kind of see how open the timber is along the river. It's just a really good cruising spot. And it's the spot, I think, as far as mature deer go, I mean, the most likely deer I am to see right here would be either the big 8. We hunted in the central timber, not too far from here, 200 or 300 yards a few mornings ago and saw him. And then we have Blanco, that deer we filmed last year a few times. And we actually filmed the big 8 out of this stand last year, once in November. It's around 30 degrees with the wind chill. Feels really nice and cool. The deer are already on their feet. We had a fawn and 2 does moving through when we first got here, and then saw another doe and then a small buck, and then I can glass some of those beans now that the foliage is down, and I see a couple deer out in the beans feeding, so we're going to sit back and enjoy the afternoon. I wonder if they're going to the beans. It's interesting how food changes movement patterns. He doesn't want to share. So angry, little guy. Little 1.5-year-old. That was drinking water in front of us. No. down to our last 15 minutes, and we had pretty good activity here this last 30 minutes or so. Otherwise, it was pretty slow. Mostly fawns and 1.5-year-old bucks. I think the best buck we saw was probably a 2.5-year-old little short tine 10. We filmed him in the central timber the other morning. No mature bucks, but fun to be out in the woods. Nice sit anyway. So we're gonna get packed up and get out of here pretty soon, and then we'll be back out tomorrow. I think we might try that 28-acre piece that I have and see if we can't lay eyes on that Daggers buck. See you guys tomorrow.